This is Nathan Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. Today is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. We are located at 2411 4th Street, Santa Monica, California, 90405. We're performing a video sewer line inspection through a 4-inch cast iron mainline sewer cleanout located on the left-hand side of the walkway as you'll walk into the backyard of the unit here. This is our 4-inch cast iron cleanout, and it is in the planter area here. It is covered underneath a green sewer box cover. This is the front of the property here, and this is the rear of the property. And what we're going to do is we're just going to place our camera head at the top of the cleanout. We're just going to zero out here, and we're just going to drop down and take a good look. And you can see we do have some cast iron buildup there, so we're just going to drop down, and you can see we are in cast iron. You can see it is original, so we're just going to continue to push out here. See that joint there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment, and we're going to get some water running in the home just to verify that the water in the home is coming through, and we're just going to help to keep our camera clear too, and to help us push out as well. So we're going to pause here. Okay, we did go ahead and run the kitchen here, so we are running the kitchen cold water, and we're just going to continue to push out. You don't see that water coming in behind us or in front of us right now, so we're just going to continue to push out until we get to that tie-in. Then we can verify that tie-in, and we could utilize that water to help us continue to push out. So right now we are still in cast iron. You can see it does have scaling, so we're just going to continue to push out here. We are still underneath the home, and then you can see here we do have water. It appears that it is a little bit of a belly here, so we're just going to continue to push out. And you can see some debris there, nothing too major. And you can see some more standing water there. And we're going to make a little bit of a turn. And you can see we do have some more standing water here. So we're just going to continue to push out. And you can see we do come up and out of that belly. And you can see we do come into another belly as well here. You can see we do have more debris and more of a belly here. So we're just going to continue to push out. You can see all that buildup here. It appears to be just toiletry. So we're just going to continue to try to push through this. And once we pop out, we're going to just try to locate this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here and we're going to locate this area. You can see we are 139 feet out. So we're going to pause here. Okay, we did go ahead and try to locate this area. This is a little bit difficult. We are 139 feet 1 inches out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull back slowly and take a good look. You can see we do have what appears to be quite a large amount of debris in front of us. So we're just going to see if we can pull back and exactly locate this area. We did try to locate this area at 139 feet 1 inch, and it was very difficult. So we'll pull back to approximately 100 feet and we'll locate that area. You can see it is holding water, and it does have what appears to be toiletry and debris in there, and we are unable to push any further out. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And you can see we are completely underwater. You can see approximately 40 feet of pipe is holding water. So we're just going to continue to pull back until we come up and out of the water, and then we'll locate that area. And you can see we do come up and out of the water slowly. We are still in cast iron. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pause here. We are at 86 feet 11 inches. So we're going to try to locate this area. Okay, you can see here the water did rise up. We did pull up and out of the water at 87 feet, and it appears that the water has risen all the way up to this point here. So we did go ahead and shut down the water. You can see that we are holding, and you can see the water slowly going down. So what we're going to do here is we're still locating, trying to find exactly where we're at. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we did go ahead and try to locate this area. You can see we are still in water here. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly pull back, and we're going to try to pull back approximately 10 feet, and we'll locate that area. So we're going to pause our mic here. And you can see here we are still underwater. We did pull back, and you can see the water did rise all the way back to the portion where we did come up and out of the water. And you can see here we are slowly coming out of the water. So we'll pull back to approximately, let's say, 60 feet on our camera monitor. And you can see here we are still holding water. You can see here we are slowly coming out. And we'll pull back to approximately 60 feet. We make a turn here. And what we'll do is we'll pause here for a moment. And we'll locate this area. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area, and we are in the front of the property, just behind the retaining wall, just in the front clean out there in Unit 1. And Unit 1 does have a clean out in their side yard area, and this point is leading all the way up to that clean out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back slowly, and you can see we are completely underwater here. And we did go ahead and push out further than this, and you can see that they did have quite a large stoppage out there, and you can see there is quite a large amount of buildup and scaling in this cast iron here. So we're going to make a turn, and we're just going to continue to pull back. This is our sewer line. So we're just going to continue to pull back here. You can see the water did run down. You can see we do have a tie-in there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to push out just a little bit. And you can see we do have an opening. We're going to pull back just a little bit here. Or we're just going to... And you can see we do have an opening in the cast iron there. It's very hard to tell, but you can see there is an opening there. So we're just going to push in just a little bit. And we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area. And it is just in front of the Unit 2 front steps there as you approach their front door. So that could be their tie-in as well to the sewer. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back, and you can see they do have an opening here. This could be their tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to pull back. We are unable to test that theory there because we don't know if anybody is home in that unit. So we're just going to continue to pull back. You can see the cast iron does have scaling, and it does have buildup. So we're just going to continue to pull back here. And we're just going to continue to pull back towards our clean out here. And you can see we're just going to push out just a little bit. And we're going to pull back. Thought there was an opening there, but it was just scaling in the cast iron. So we're just going to continue to pull back towards our clean out here. And you can see there we do have our tie-in. So we're just going to push in just a little bit. Okay, we did go ahead and run some water in our unit, and you can see this is our tub, and you can see this is our tie-in for the sewer. And we're just going to pull back slowly. You can see that tie-in coming in. This is servicing the whole home here. This is where the water and all the sewer and waste line tie into the sewer. So we're just going to pull back, and we're going to pull up and out of our clean out here. Now we'll conclude our video sewer line inspection.